Hey everyone! Well, it's finally time for the first Nintendo Direct of the summer. It definitely is a nice way to help celebrate the solstice, and as you can tell by the shirt and the hat I have chosen, one video in particular has excited me among many. Turns out, even though it's not exactly what I had in mind, it's actually even a bit better, because there's a lot to be enjoyed here, so let's begin. First off, we have more information on the hidden treasure Area Zero of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. With the teal mask featuring Carmine and Kieran. I am loving Kitakami as a setting, by the way. And the Indigo Disc featuring Cyrano and Lacey. I have to wonder, what mysteries does the Terrarium Blueberry Academy hold? And Takasashi and Koizumi presiding over the whole presentation. So I definitely will opt into this once I have release dates for both chapters, much like I did for Generation 8, so let's continue. Okay, and now my belated thoughts on Sonic Superstars. A new 2D Sonic with the return of Fang the Sniper, aka Nat the Weasel, and new special abilities coming this fall. I say yes, please. And even though they're not going to be using any of the stages from previous games, I can tell that they're still in their DNA as well. And yes, I will be opting to Sonic Origins Plus tomorrow and talking about how it is with special emphasis on the Game Gear games. Just disregard that crows are singing. Okay, so this holiday season, a farming simulator known as Palia, and even with the whole meme about the last chapter of the farm sim, again, Tears of the Kingdom and GoldenEye coming back were more than enough, especially in the circumstances when that stream. So, but anyway, it's not really staying on me, but the next one does. Okay, so November 17th, Persona 5 Tactica. This tactics spin-off of the best-selling game. He does give me hope for Switch ports of the Persona Q series being, especially with the 3DS eShop being functionally closed and the physical cards already being kind of hard to come by, coming out near the end of the system's life cycle after all. And I'm not sure what they've got in mind for the sixth game. I'll still remake the third one as it comes. Personally, I would have focused on remaking the first two, but that's just me. Next up is Myth Force. I honestly don't get why other people are hyped for this, given how its claim is like Saturday morning cartoon inspired, but they weren't really being specific about that. I mean, when this is coming out after her Shredder's Revenge getting Usagi Ojimbo, Rapid Samurai as a DLC fighter, and we have games based on other ones like that, such as Toxic Crusaders. And there's also persistent talk about new Transformers G.I. Joe games as well. I prefer it when the influences are specific, not generalized. I mean, which will become quite apparent when I talk about the next titles that I was revealed in this direct. Next up is a new Splatfest in Splatoon 3, which I've been playing extensively with the chill season on, and I must say it's definitely going to be interesting because of what people's favorite ice cream flavor is, like how whether people like Team Vanilla, Team Strawberry, and instead of going traditional like with Neapolitan like with chocolate, I'm going with the Team Mint Chip, as that was my brother's favorite flavor, and the weekend taking place the 14th through 16th of July is right before what would have been his 26th birthday. So, wherever you are, buddy, catch you later. Back up. This is something I've been waiting for ever since the Pokemon Presents in February, but it is indeed finally have more information and a release date even. Detective Pikachu 2 is now Detective Pikachu Returns, coming to the Switch on October the 6th, which picks up where the previous game left off, and it definitely is very much consistent. Top of being on the new console is going to be very much he's going to find his dad differently than in the movie, and even Tim looks like a little bit older, so looks a little bit closer to how Justice portrayed him in the movie, and I really think that of the many spin-offs and stuff, ranks some of my favorites. I may do a full review of the first game when it gets closer to coming out. I'll be picking up a sequel day one, where I am at. But it is definitely less focuses less on the battles and more on puzzle solving humor. It's kind of like a Pokemon version of something like Maniac Mansion, Day of the Tentacle. I personally favor those kind of PC adventures full throttle, like the ones based on the Scum engine, which is an acronym for Script Creation Utility for Maniac Mansion. Yep, I will not know what that means. Speaking of returns of beloved cult classics, here's another pleasant surprise. I mean, it turns out this rumor that been for years about is indeed true. They're finally remaking the beloved Gem Super Mario RPG, and I really like how the art style and even like the initial box art are evolutions of the things of like the graphics and the box art of the Super Nintendo version, which I have been playing. I do play on both NSO as well as my Super Nintendo Mini, and it was a nice little goodbye between Nintendo and Square's partnership at that time, before the for greener pastures Sony at the time, and given a new FF16 is still one that's both quite fruitful, and also bringing back the original composer to do the music. I mean, I really like how sometimes like a stylized appearance can be quite effective, and I will note that Mario is going to be showing up a lot in this direct, which makes sense kind of how big a hit the movie was. They're going to be one to leverage that success as well. Yeah. Proving that, we have more spin-offs coming in the year 2024. That's every single time they think the system's gonna just give out, poof, more games arrive, and these are a new Princess Peach title, which I am very much behind, and an HD remaster of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, both of which are coming 2024, with a full old date to be determined. I think that also just leaves a question about the first Luigi's Mansion, and is not if, but rather when, especially since that is like an easy spin-off they have set up for the movie, which really they'd be excited to do it. Yeah. Okay, so coming in the fall, the Batman Arkham Trilogy, which we've been talking about for a very long time on system, and all three of the main highly acclaimed games in the series, Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, and Batman Arkham Knight, are coming to the console, which will have all the DLC from the previous releases, which also include like the extra bat suits and Batmobile skins. And I am currently playing Arkham Knight yet again. I just hope that runs better than the PC version Arkham Knight did at launch. I mean, before I pick it up, I mean, hopefully there'll be more Witcher 3 than, oh, I don't know, Kingdom Hearts Cloud version at launch. So we have two detectives I'm going to be looking forward to playing with on the console. Imagine that. So, lightning round number one of games that I can't really have much to add to. Gloomhaven, September 18th, could be interesting. Just Dance 2024, coming October 24th. They still make these. Silent Hope, an RPG where they stole everyone's voice. It might be entertaining. Fae Farm, a fantasy farming sim, September 8th. Hot Wheels Turbocharged Unleashed 2, Manic Mechanics. Next, both of which are coming on July 13th. Like the first Hot Wheels Unleashed is pretty fun. And also Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope DLC 2 The Last Spark Hunter. Apparently the person in charge of Ubisoft Hoft should have listened about the potential successor. Don't feel too bad, Eve. I personally would have listened to all the complaints you had about how you're running your company. Hey, insert a better Ubisoft tag here. And next up, on December the 1st, there's Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince. I'm gonna be real, I don't get why I feel hyped for this. I'm not a fan of DQM, and this isn't doing much to change that. To me, looks like a mobile game, and it's coming out at a very stacked Christmas based on what I'm describing here. All I gotta say is, the HD 2D remake of Chrono Trigger is real, call me. Do get the hype for is the Pikmin 4 update, which details more of the gameplay. Hey, there's some new Pikmin. Explore at Night is looking good. The game is coming out on July 21st, with a demo coming on June 28th. And after the success of Pikmin 3 Deluxe, we get HD remasters of the first two games finally. They're already out in the eShop as I record this, so coming out physically in September, or like with Metroid Prime. Hopefully Ninty he realizes how much of demand there is for physical cards for a lot of people. Again, like Metroid Prime. Then again, they have a habit underestimating demand and not having enough supply to meet it, so I guess we'll see. Yeah. Another big one is Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, which I'm more into than the remake of Snake Eater, and this is definitely going to be another day one pickup, I would say. And it contains the first three Metal Gear Solid games inside of it, as well as the original MSX Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, and even there's another bonus. It's like an art book, a strategy guide, and also a music soundtrack, and even the NES port of Metal Gear, which isn't as good, and also the infamous Snake's Revenge. I mean, revisiting the video on that's pretty funny, and my headcanon, given how this one is not technically canon to the other games, is that it was like a train simulation designed by Foxhound, and frustrating as it was meant for a specific scenario which never actually occurred. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Now it's in lightning round 2 of titles we're going to got a little bit of, like Vampire Survivors coming to Switch on August 17th. I've heard good things about this one, even though I've not played it yet. Headbangers Battle Royale coming on Halloween. Funny, it doesn't look especially scary for them just because it's kind of weird. And early 24, Penny's Big Breakaway. A 3D collectathon platformer by the people who made Sonic Mania at a time when that genre was making something of a comeback. Heck. Oh yeah, I'll keep my eye on this one. So no worries there. Okay, so Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 5. We have the new course with Squeaky Clean Sprint, as well as three returning characters. Petey, Piranha, the Wiggler, and Kamek. I mean, there's no actual date just yet, just says summer, which, given how the season just started, could be any time between now and the fall equinox in September, so we shall see, and I will definitely cover it whenever it goes live. So November 2nd, we have another surprise remake, Star Ocean Second Story R, which is pretty interesting to see in the HD 2D styling. I mean, I'm gonna be open. I have not played any of the Star Ocean games previously, but I have heard things that people seem to enjoy. I hear them. So I guess we'll see how this lives with the legacy of the originals. I mean, I'm definitely gonna be keeping an eye on this one, see how it goes. So much like the next title. And following the success of the WarioWare game previously, we have another one, WarioWare Move It, on November the 3rd, which definitely how it's using like the Joy-Cons and other movements. It's basically like just generations like WarioWare Shake It on the Wii, which definitely further compounds how this console has become heir apparent to that what it lacks in raw processing power makes up for creativity and IP power. I mean, we're appealing to people of all age and skill levels. I am liking the variety of minigames I've already seen, and also a little meme of Koizumi boogieing right there on screen, much to Takasashi's amusement and ours. More details on the Nintendo Live gatherings, which feature informal competitions and demonstrations of software, appearances from people in costume, and maybe even devs. And even though I won't be able to make it in person, and not just because of how far Seattle is away from where I live, but also probably gonna be moving even further away. Hey, I really hope people who are able to make it have fun over there. Here's also, and definitely gonna be keeping an eye on PAX West as well. I mean, just in case there's something else, and there's only a few more titles left to go, and ones look like fun as well. So let's continue. And so Tears of the Kingdom Amiibo are coming soon, on top of like a restock of Link with the Ultra Hand, and we have ones of Zelda and the new form of Ganon, and other ones to be determined. Also going to be stocking the existing ones, which that is something that I do have a habit of understanding demand for. Once again, like how they've definitely managed to carry the torch of the other Toys Life one, and also the connection to the history of the toy maker, and also even people who just think they're neat, like that meme with Marge and the potato, of course. I mean, and also one last game aimed to further prove that every day can be a Mario Day if you wanted to. And lastly, it turns out the rumors of a new 2D Mario installment were true when it's not connected to the new Super Mario Bros. Spin-off series. Is Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which has a host of new special abilities, a playable Daisy, and my personal favorite so far being the Elephant Mario being a Toot, much like Dr. Doom. Elephant Mario does as he pleases, and it's coming out October 20th. And I'm, like I said, with the movie being a big hit, of course they want to leverage that IP, and even though I'm not above admitting there's room for improvement in some areas, when they put out first-party titles, they really deliver. I mean, they're one of the few ones that can say justify actually putting a pre-order in, and to make sure you're not gonna get something that's overhyped and full of more bugs than the Chicago Roach Motel. I mean, that checks in, but they don't check out. I mean, and anyway, I'll have to say for now, and I will see you tomorrow with my thoughts on Sonic Origins Plus, and see you all again soon. Take care, everyone.